What's up, guys? This is Chef 24/7, and this is the I Hustle podcast. And I'm feeling like I'm on top of the world today, baby, because we got another hustler for you. She is a wonderful person. She is about to come discuss a little bit of everything. And if you know about money, finance, and real estate, you about to get educated. So we're going to go ahead and turn it over to our guest today, Miss Evelyn.
My name is Evelyn Ware, and I'm here in Big Red Stick, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Heard that. Well, Miss Evelyn, let's talk to him. Miss Evelyn, you say you are in three different type of professional fields. Let them know what you're into.
Well, it's really all around education, but it's around things that they don't let you learn in school. like, lots about the arts. I deal a lot in arts and culture. I do some creative placemaking here in Baton Rouge. I've helped create places like the the big arts thing that we have twice a year. We got um, that arts walk down on Government Street. I helped Mid City Redevelopment Alliance build that through the Mid City Merchants a while back. So that was cool. We did some creative placemaking and got that going. That was some years ago. And more recently, though, I have been working in an area of town where it sort of had a black eye about the past. People know it as this old nickname that we're trying to cast away. But now, because of the work that we've been doing with creative placemaking, this area is now become the Renoir Cultural District, which is a designation by the state of Louisiana because of the creative placemaking that we've been doing over in this area, where streets are named after the most famous artists in history, like Van Gogh, one of my favorites, Renoir, of course, because named after Renoir for the cultural district, Monet, Cezanne, uh, Rembrandt, Rodin, Titian, Goya. There's eight of those artists. And you know that area as the old mall city, right?
Right.
Lots of people know it because there used to be a mall there. Remember the old Bon Marché Mall? Well, and they called it Mall City because there was this place, an area right behind the mall, another nickname, behind the mall, people would say, and they still do, although there is no mall there anymore, hasn't been one for quite some time. But those streets are just crying out for the arts. When the original developers created that area, they had a reason for naming it, to giving them those street names. So, uh, but over time, people just kind of lost that arts kind of feel, and after a while, people didn't even know how to pronounce the names. People say Bonnet and Rodden and Suzanne, and names like that. So uh, we did some creative placement and have really come to turn that place around and brought in a lot of investments for commercial property and just all kinds of good things going on in that
So,
and
so
that's through the Red Stick Project, the nonprofit that I founded about 10, 12 years ago.
okay. So you founded a nonprofit. It's been doing a lot of development in the old mall city area. I used to live over there off of Tishman.
Oh,
So
yeah?
shout out to Tishman. Yes, yes. Right between two churches, which is funny. On
Yeah.
each corner. All right. So
Yeah, I know those churches.
you've had quite a journey so far,
Uh-huh.
and in the nonprofit sector. Tell us a little bit more about that nonprofit sector and how does it affect your daily walk of life? Does it make your life a little bit more busy? Does it make it a little stressful? Does it make it not stressful?
Because it's in the arts, it's not as stressful, because the arts is such a soothing area to work in. And we've been able to partner with other nonprofits and other businesses. We love collaborations. I don't do anything without the whole community being involved in it, because I found that when you go in and you just do something in a neighborhood, people there feel like they've had something done to them instead of having something done with them, and they don't feel ownership. So we've gone in and we've produced a whole arts and culture wall with one of those churches you were speaking of. That was Victory and Power Ministries on the corner of Harry and Donmore, and it backs up to Tish from Harry. And Pastor Ralph Moore had this huge wall that was on a piece of property that was vacant. And we went in and redeveloped that wall. We cleaned it up, and we put the name of the neighborhood, which is Melrose East, which people really were not aware of. So we brought awareness to the neighborhood's name and to the street name artists by placing a sample of their work on that wall. So there are 12 murals on that wall representing those 8 artists. And so we had a construction company working with us, Axis One Construction, and Breck, who has Tiki Saya Memorial Park right across the street. So we used a lot of their accommodations to help train the kids and the teachers and the adults. We had business owners involved, and we taught them about the artist styles of those artists whose names are on those streets. And then we had those kids and adults pick out some of their favorite pieces of artwork by those artists. And then we did like some mentoring. So we had the kids come over, and they were like, I don't know how to paint. I'm not an artist, but what we did was, and I don't know how to, I'm not an artist by craft. I can't even draw stick paint, but I do like producing art, and I may have a vision, and I get artists to come in and put that vision like they did on that wall. We placed the name of the neighborhood right in the middle to make a big placemaker, and then on each side we put artwork. We wrote the names of those artists, and on one side of the wall we put the names of all of the pieces of art, the artists' names, and then the year they were born, the year they passed away, and then we put like the phonetic spelling of their names so that people would know how to pronounce the names. And on the left side of the wall, we gave tribute to every person, every child, every school that was involved. We had their names written on the wall, and all of the sponsors, including, there were just so many. So we put all their logos on the wall, and of course, Victory and Power Ministries was on it as well. So that's been called the Arts and Culture Wall since then. Then we went across the street over at Breck Park and recreated this huge Van Gogh mural, my favorite, Starry Night. And we call it Starry Night over Red Stick, because in that mural, on one side of Starry Night, we put the state capitol and the old Mississippi River Bridge. And then on the right side of Starry Night, we dropped in a picture of the neighborhood itself. So I went across the street from the building, took a snapshot, and got the artist to render that into the mural. So that was like 10 years ago when we did that. And over time, it started to fade, and it needed a little TLC. So we got some kids in the neighborhood involved, and we asked them, since we had been teaching them some things about art and science, because Van Gogh's art has so much science. He really loved astronomy. And, in the Starry Night, you can see 4 constellations. You can see the moon. We taught them about the different stages of the moon, and weather patterns. You remember the big swirls in Starry Night? Those are weather patterns. and there's this bright, bright star in Starry Night that's right in the forefront. That is actually the planet Venus.
Mm.
So we've got this wonderful arts and science partner, LASM, the Louisiana Art and Science Museum. That's where the planetarium is. So we take kids over to the planetarium. They put the Starry Night over Red Stick mural on the dome of the planetarium. Ooh. So the kids were really excited when they could see their neighborhood mural on this planetarium. And then we had them teach about the constellations that's in it, about the phases of the moon, and they did a star show. So, you know, they've become a really, really excellent partner. And since we did the first mural, I mentioned that how over time it started to fade. Well, we asked the kids what would they like to see added to the mural if they could. So they came up with all kinds of ideas. We placed from their renderings, we placed a kid on a rocket and put we put a total of 4 planets in it. So remember I said Venus is the brightest star in Starry Night? So we put the planet Venus so that you could plainly see it's the planet Venus. And we added Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn as well. And because I have just a little bit of a political background, you know, I served on the school board for like 12 years in New York Parish.
Okay.
And so I've got lots of nicks and cuts and bruises and scabs from being in the political arena. And I also have a kind of warped sense of humor, which kind of gets me through a lot of this stuff, right?
Okay.
So guess where I put Mars?
Where you put Mars?
Right next to the state capitol.
No.
Because after all, that's where the Martians are, right? People from another planet are in the state capitol.
Quick question, because we almost about to reach our point where we take a break. So you also say you're a teacher as well, correct?
No, I'm not a teacher. I'm not, but we bring in teachers.
Okay.
I don't teach them. I bring in the teachers. I bring in the artists, mostly art teachers, STEM teachers, especially science teachers, and I have them do the teaching.
Okay.
You know?
Well, real quick, how easy is it to get these people to come and be a part of this program? Or how, if someone that's interested in participating, how can they get it? How can they?
Oh, look, we're always reaching out. We're always looking for teachers. And, you know, sometimes it's as simple as asking kids in the neighborhood who's their favorite teacher at their school, who's their art teacher at their school, you know, and I'll reach out to them and talk to them about things we're doing in that neighborhood. And believe it or not, they are very willing to come in and help because, you know, they're building a relationship with their children, with the kids, not only in the neighborhood, but it helps at school as well.
Right.
You know, so we have the younger kids being mentored by the older kids, and then the older kids are being mentored by the teachers and adults, and even the artists, we have them like stacked. You got kids that don't know anything at all about art, like me, and then you have artists who know a little bit, and then you have different levels, and we have them all working together so that when the final product is produced, it's not one single artist, it's like a whole group project. So everybody takes complete pride in it, and nobody has ever touched with any kind of vandalism on that arts and culture wall or anything that we've done in any area.
That's amazing.
Produced public art.
That's amazing. I hope y'all enjoying so far. We're going to be back with more Miss Evelyn. She's going to talk a little bit about this gold and silver thing, and we're going to have a little fun when we come back with more Our Hustle podcast. In a world where playing spades is a way of life, spades masters travel from house party to house party, honing their skills in high-stakes cards games, where only one of them will become the Spades Master. Spades Master. We are back with more Our Hustle podcast. I have Miss Evelyn here with me, and we're about to get into it a little bit more. It's time to talk a little bit about that gold and silver. Let's go. It's time for the fun part of the day.
I like the shiny stuff.
Yes, so let's talk about this shiny stuff. How did you get involved in the shiny stuff? Let's teach them, preach to them.
Well, you know, it really came about kind of strange because I mentioned that I served on the school board for a long time, and I saw that there were so many things that we just never would teach kids about, and especially around entrepreneurship. I mean, real history, and in looking at some of those things, I realized that there was something that I didn't know about money. I mean, I invest in real estate. I had a job. I think it's important to have a job and take some of the money that you make from your job and invest a little here and there. And I think a real smart place to do it is in real estate because I mean that's as old as time, and I invest in things that are as old as time, like real estate, gold and silver. That's from Genesis chapter 1. And the arts, I mean, that's been here since before the beginning of time. I mean, God himself is the grand master artist. He imagined everything that there is. He created everything that there is. And he created us in his image to be creators. So everybody has the gift of creation. We are creative beings, and in doing that, there's always something, that a special gift that you have. Everybody's got something special, something that they can do. Not everybody can do everything, but everybody can do something. There's always something special about you, and I think everybody's got. They just got to go and dig a little deeper to find basically that gold and silver that's within everybody. And as I was saying earlier, I learned something about money that was disturbing. That for I don't know how many years it is now. You do the math. Since 1971, when Nixon was president, he temporarily took us all off the gold standard. So now, because he did that, our currency is called fiat currency, meaning that it's worth whatever the government says it's worth. And not only our currency, but currencies worldwide, because everybody's currency at that time was tied to the dollar. So he took us off the gold standard. And if y'all remember back in the day, this was our dollar. This dollar was worth exactly the same as this dollar, because this dollar was backed by this one. So whatever you could buy with this silver dollar, you could buy with this paper dollar. Like in '65, you could get a Mustang for 2,500 silver dollars or 2,500 paper dollars. But you try to do that today. Guess how much you can get with one of these? Maybe a set of tires, maybe some rims, but you surely can't get a Mustang. You can't get anything, any kind of car, unless you're going to have to do a whole lot of work on it. You know what I mean?
What?
But now you can get 3 Mustangs with 2,500 ounces of silver. So, that was supposed to be temporary, but I mean, it's still temporary. It's been how many years later since 71?
Yeah, 53 years.
That's a long time. That's a long time. But you see, the thing is that an administration will put something in place, and then another one comes in, and sometimes they'll do an overcorrection. They'll kill everything the previous administration did, and sometimes they'll leave some things that should be fixed unfixed. And this never got fixed. So when you think about
why did it never get fixed?
Nobody ever bothered to do it, for one thing, and then we got trapped in that situation because then everything is tied to debt. Okay. The dollar now is basically nothing but debt. For every dollar you put in the bank, they would lend out 9 more in debt, you know. So we really should be saving these instead of these, because this is getting smaller and smaller. You know, you can buy less and less with it. You know, I mean, the proof is just going to the grocery store or the gas station. You know, so so I stopped saving these dollars, and now every chance I get, whatever so-called extra money I have, like left over at the end of the month, I'm converting it into silver or gold. And you can do it either coin by coin, or you can do it incrementally, because not very many people can afford a whole ounce of gold, because that's at probably like $2,700 an ounce right now for gold. But you can get it incrementally. You can buy small parts of it, you know, and but you can't do it everywhere. There's a certain place though that you can do it, and it's only by invitation only, and it's a membership model, sort of like you know how Costco is a membership organization, Amazon is, and you know, places like that. But I can tell you more about it if you know, if you want to reach out to me, because I believe that everybody, especially now with things that are happening around the world, just do a little Googling, you know, and ask about what happened in 71. Look up the BRICS, BRICS. That's it's an acronym for a group of countries that are developing their own currency that will be again backed by gold and silver. And our dollar is basically having some trouble, so we got to protect ourselves and get your own gold and silver access. So check. You can reach out to me at what is my Instagram? Evelyn Ware.11.
All right, that's WARE, right? All right, y'all heard that. It's Evelyn Ware.11. Now, we still got a few more minutes. Before we wrap up, I want to give you this gift. I give everybody who come here a gift.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, show them what it says.
Yes, let me check it out.
Yeah, that's a flag, something you can put in your garden, put in your room, your
yeah.
office.
Cool.
I was a guest on the I Hustle podcast. Look at that. And Miss Evelyn,
it's blowing in the wind too, just like a flag should.
Oh yeah, we gotta put that banner out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, one
absolutely.
ball stuff for man, one giant leaf for everybody that's trying to do something to make some money.
Absolutely.
Yes. So let's have a little fun. We got about 5-6 minutes. Let's have a little fun. What is your favorite meal, Miss Evelyn?
Gumbo.
Gumbo? What kind?
Chicken and sausage or hen and sausage. Hen and andouille. You just wait till.
Ooh, hen and andouille.
Wait till December. I have a big old pot of that stuff.
All right. Outside of what is your favorite work of art?
My favorite is Van Gogh's Starry Night. I've got it in my house. I had
you did
my
say
kids
that earlier.
Did it when they were little. I've got a huge mural.
All right. What is one of the best things about saving gold and silver right now for you?
Well, besides the fact that I've always loved silver, you know, silver jewelry and all of that, it's very timely, and I like being able to educate people and also show them another income stream. You know, how cool is it to collect something that is it won't rot, it won't rust, never ever loses its value, and is money and can actually help you earn money.
So your dream vacation.
You know, I really want to go to one of the islands that some of my folks came from. It's around. What is the name of that place? It's near Jamaica. You know, I'd just be happy to just, you know, go to the islands and hang out on the beaches.
All right, Stella. All right, Stella. Yeah.
Yes. Get your groove back, girl.
All right. Favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
Ice cream? What kind?
Bluebell.
All right. What certain flavor?
Well, I kind of like that Great Divide, a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of vanilla.
Oh, okay. All right.
That homemade vanilla.
And let's have one more fun question. Your favorite pastime to do when you don't have to do nothing non-profit, none of that the kids are taking care of, you could just unwind. Your favorite unwind activity.
Get a nice massage.
Ooh.
That's the ultimate unwind.
Well, you a classy woman, Ms. Evelyn. Any advice before I always lead the show? I always like to let people bless whoever listening with some advice. So share some words of wisdom before we leave. Feed.
Well, I think I mentioned earlier that everybody's got a special something inside, and you really should. I believe you should spend time developing that particular talent that you have, because that's a God-given thing. It's been placed there not only to bless you, but more importantly, to bless other people. You know, you may think it's not even something that big, but to somebody else, it can be everything, you know. So don't hide your light, you know. Um, you're talented. Everybody's got a talent, and don't hide it. Get it out there. Let everybody see what it is and bless some other people with it. You'll be blessed by that.
Well, Miss Evelyn, it has been an absolute pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you. You got me out here at the top of the building, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Out
it's a
here in
good
the
spot.
presidential area, the wind breezy, it ain't too hot. So definitely y'all follow Miss Evelyn. Y'all definitely get y'all money game up, learn
Yeah.
about the currency. It is important.
And check out redstickproject.org.
You heard that. Redstickproject.org. And guys, that wraps up the show for today. Once again, I am Chef 24/7. Big shout out to Miss Evelyn. I appreciate her for coming through and educating us. And y'all take care of yourself. I'll see y'all next time with a new episode of the I Hustle Podcast. God bless the cook. Have mercy on the dishwasher. Peace.